Hi, welcome to Fusion Kitchen. My name is Christine De Silva. I'm also an author and I'm still currently writing. If you're interested, please check out the description box below. Today I'm making an eggless chocolate cake for Valentine's Day. So let's start. First, we're going to preheat the oven to 160 to 180 degrees Celsius. Now, in a bowl, I have sifted 1.5 cups of flour. Sifting is important. You can sift once or 3 times. This helps the cake to get lighter. Then I've also used 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of salt. Also to this mixture, we're adding half cup of cocoa powder. You don't have to sift it, just add the cocoa powder as it is. Now we're going to prepare the wet ingredients. In another bowl, I have taken 1 cup of oil. I've used sunflower oil. I have taken 1 cup of castor sugar, 1 cup of water. I've not used milk, I've used water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and then I've used an electric whisk and I've whisked it till it is smooth and creamy. I've also added 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You can also add vinegar. Now I've added all these wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and using an electric whisk, I have whisked it. The reason for using the lemon juice or vinegar is to help the cake to fluff up and rise better because it reacts with the baking soda. Now I've used a heart-shaped pan and I've lined it with parchment lightly greased and I've poured the batter. Now because the cake pan is heart-shaped, you have to be very careful about the corners because we want to get the proper heart shape when the cake is baked. So take a little care to see that the batter reaches all the corners and it looks neat. So this will take a little time to do so. Let it rest so that the batter settles down in the shape. And then you place it in the preheated oven, that is 160 to 180 degrees, for about 40 minutes or so. Do not overbake. If you overbake, the cake tends to become dry. Now after the cake is baked, let it rest in the oven for about 30 minutes. So this enables the cake not to deflate when you remove it and it cools down slowly. Then you keep it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before frosting. This is some procedure that I use quite often and it generally works. Now we're going to prepare the chocolate ganache. In a double boiler, I have melted 200 grams of milk chocolate. Preferably use milk chocolate because it is sweeter. Then I've used about 300 ml of double cream. You can also use fresh cream, but if you want a much more richer taste, then use double cream and 1 teaspoon of sugar. If you're using dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate, then just add extra sugar. Now, once the cake is cooled and the frosting also, that is the ganache is also cooled, both have to be cool before you start frosting the cake. Use a palette knife and smoothen the top and sides. Now to get a perfect smoothness, every time you use a palette knife, every few seconds, you can wipe off the excess chocolate at the side of the vessel or bowl that you're using. Now using a vegetable peeler, I have grated milk chocolate, which is lighter in color and therefore gives a contrast to the frosting, which is darker in color, over the cake. You simply hold the chocolate vertically and then you use a vegetable peeler and you can grate it. Then I've used chocolate covered hazelnuts at the periphery of the cake just for decoration. Cut and serve. Happy Valentine's Day. Please like, comment and subscribe.